Hello again. We are live from the LinkedIn Hub at Advertising Week, and I'm sitting with Paul Bellantone. He's the president and CEO of PPAI. Now, Paul, it's really cool as I've been sitting here talking about big trends and themes that have been happening throughout the entire duration of Advertising Week. It's nice to talk about something very different and almost very basic in a way, physical advertising.
Yep, we're a trend that's been around for over a century.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like something we don't, and I think the automatic kind of assumption is to think, oh, okay, we're moving beyond that now, into the digital world and the mobile world and all that other stuff. But to see that it's still all so relevant is a really important point. So let's talk about that a little bit.
It is. Well, we're finding that as more companies are working on their digital brand, they're using promotional products, physical advertising, to actually support that by creating the relationships. Because as much as you want to create a relationship with somebody digital, it's nice to be able to hand them something and they say thank you. And we can't think of any other advertising medium really, where somebody thanks you for actually advertising to them. And people keep them, they use them, whether it's electronic goods or just as simple as a pen or a coaster.
Sorry, I need to ask I think I know what it is. I'm not 100% sure.
So this is a charger for any device that you could possibly want. But the beauty of it is it carries a logo on it. And that logo, you will look at this over and over. Unlike digital, where it's a little bit fleeting and repetitive, people will actually keep this around, and forever you'll know, now that you have this, that you got it from the guy from PPAI.
Right.
I defy you to forget that.
No, I'm not going to forget that. I'm also not going to forget that I sat down with the guy from PPAI and told me all kinds of interesting and insightful things. So, we've been talking about physical advertising having been around for a century,
That's right?
But with the advent of the digital world and subsequently the mobile world, did physical advertising change a little bit? Did it evolve as well?
Sure.
Were you concerned for a while that,
Well, we were certainly concerned because we saw advertising dollars move that way. But we actually track against 14 other types of media, whether it be business magazines, consumer magazines, newspaper, radio. And while they've shown a drop over the past years, we've actually grown. So while our fears were unfounded, what has changed in our industry is how people are buying promotional products now, because obviously it's a lot easier to secure a product. You can do it online, you can work with a consultant. So we've seen those changes as well.
Do you think a lot of the people who have become so focused on the digital advertising, do you think that they need to be reminded or they need to be made aware of the fact that physical advertising is such a complementary element? Or are more people, more marketers really incorporating it on their own into their campaigns?
Well, it's interesting. The major brands have never left promotional products. You think about the Cokes and the Pepsis and the beer companies and the Fortune 500. You probably have them all over your house without even realizing that you're seeing their logos, whether it's a refrigerator magnet or an oven mitt,
or
a
this
mug.
or that,
So I think that people don't realize just how prolific promotional products are. I do a lot of interviews where I'm on the phone and the reporter will be on the phone in their office. And they'll say, so exactly what is a promotional product? And I'll say, well, look around your office.
Really?
Look around your office, and anything that has a brand that's other than your own is a promotional product.
Or other than the brand that typically sells that thing.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Obviously.
It carries a brand of someone other than the manufacturer.
Right. So another thing we were talking about is you guys actually are partnering up with someone like Seth Godin, who I was just interviewing, who has so many interesting opinions and so many interesting thoughts and says them very boldly. And he's what we would call like an opinion shaper or a change maker and so on. So I want to talk about those kinds of partnerships and their relationship to physical advertising.
Sure. Well, the reason we chose Seth is because he's a change agent, but he's deeply entrenched in the digital world. But we also know that he's a giant supporter of our industry. He uses promotional products for many different things. Some of his most creative campaigns, books that he sold, have come within a promotional product. So we thought that he was the perfect match for us, as somebody who speaks the digital language, but really recognizes the benefit of tribe. He talks about you advertise to your tribe and people want to do things alike. Well, a promotional product could actually be a symbol of that tribe. He actually had a lapel pin on that represented a university that he did. And the people who go to that university all wear that pin. So he recognizes the value. He recognizes that no media alone is going to change anything. But when things work complementary, that's when it's at its best.
Well, I think that's it's pretty amazing to kind of keep in mind the really basic things that we so easily
Absolutely.
forget.
Yeah.
And I really hope that so many of the people that tend to, kind of shift immediately and wholeheartedly to one new direction,
Yeah.
remember that it's really about all the things complementing each other. So
Yeah, it's the same thing with direct mail. Everybody was concerned about direct mail, and now it's coming back because it's new and it's different again.
right,
It's different again.
exactly. So you guys just keep reinventing yourself, and
That's
we'll
right.
be talking in another 100 years. What do you say?
You bet. That's a deal. Thank you.